The dark-skinned activist, Rashida Strober, would like to wish everyone a happy, 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 healthy, prosperous, productive new year. And that's even to my haters. I wish y'all happiness, health, and wealth. Gotta talk about this due to the fact of it being a new year and on the topic of the health and wealth and situation of black people. Folks, not all black people have an equal opportunity. There's tokens among us. There are tokens among us that do make it. And, you know, in this society of racism and darkism, there is tokens, token black people, token dark people. I wrote a book called Token Dark Girl, the It Dark Girl of the Moment. There are tokens among us that make it in this society. We attain status, we attain money, and we lose our fucking minds, okay? And I'm not saying that it's not a good thing to obtain status and get your money in this society. That's not what I'm saying, because I'm proud and happy when black people get out of poverty, when black people get out the hood. Good morning, David. When black people achieve, I'm happy. But the fact of the matter is we have more black people that have not achieved that status, that have not escaped racism, that have not escaped poverty, that have not escaped darkism. And while some of them people might get on our nerves, and I'll admit, some black folks get on my nerves, but I can never as a black person ignore the historic racism and darkism that black people have been a victim to. We can't ignore it, no matter what station in life we get to. You are a complete and utter fool to ignore it. So I'm starting off my new year with this here, because I want to talk about this. I'm gonna talk. Y'all see the lady on the picture? Her name is Dr. Jackie. Now, my video is kind of late, but that's all right. I'm still gonna say what I gotta say. Dr. Jackie is one of the doctors from Married to the Medicine, and I watched that show a couple of times. But I remember when I first seen that show, I was happy because I saw some dark-skinned doctors. That made my heart sing. But some of these people, just because they black, they're not really for you. I've learned that. That's one of the most painful, harshest lessons that I've learned in my life as the dark-skinned activist. That just because a person is black or dark like you don't mean they give a damn about you. And I'm not going to sit here and say that this woman don't she doesn't give a damn about, because I think she got some care for black people, but she has this fucking elitist attitude that has been exposed, and I don't like it. I don't like it, because I respected this lady. And I'm going to be honest, I respected her from the fact that she's a doctor. You know that we have been taught in this society that doctors, lawyers, those types of people are to be respected automatically because they've gone to school and they have that designation. Well, I've learned, y'all, in my years on this earth that is not necessarily the case. You don't have to respect them if they're not respecting your humanity. Okay? This woman made statements. This Dr. Jackie, made statements to me that I would consider to be borderline inhumane and borderline darkest, because if you guys have read my book, Darkism, 25 Ways Dark-Skinned People Are Discriminated Against, then you know that I've clearly stated that white people and non-black people are not the only people that can inflict darkism. There's something called intra-darkism, which means black people inflicting darkism on black people, or dark-skinned people inflicting darkism on dark-skinned people. This is a situation where I feel that may be the case. This woman, with her elitist attitude, because I think it's elitist, and that's why I'm against capitalism, and that's why I'm a humanitarian, and that's why I'm an egalitarian, because I feel that all human beings are equal. And that's what I've been fighting against with darkism as the world's first and only dark skin activist, is because I feel that intrinsically humans are equal. I don't care what social designation you have. So what? You're not better than another human being. Both of y'all are human beings. We're all equal. I truly believe that. That's my worldview. And this lady, I'm not on here trying to tear her down or whatever. That's not even what this is. It's just like it's shocking, it's disappointing, and it's dishonorable. When you know that black women, she made these statements about black women crying wolf. And as a doctor, I'm pretty sure she's seen a lot. She's an OBGYN. But you made these statements about black women crying wolf, and black women need to, be serious. And I thought about my aunt who passed away in 2022. And she was in a nursing home, and I was at that nursing home damn near every day, me and my daughter. When I wasn't out of town, I was at the nursing home because I wanted to make sure my aunt got good treatment. And she was in the nursing home, and some of the black females in there, y'all were being too rough on her, and y'all were not giving good care. And I know that if she was a white woman, y'all wouldn't have done that, because I've seen the difference in care between white and black. I've seen this firsthand. And I begged and begged and begged the family member. I said, this is what's going on. Let's get her up out of here. I kept reporting it. And I even went out and found an attorney because I wanted the nursing home to be sued. But because I wasn't like a daughter, they wouldn't allow me to initiate the suit. It had to be the daughter. So I thought about to that experience, because some of these people are always talking about what white people do. Well, we already know that there's white racism. But what is the most painful is what black people be doing to each other. To me, that's more. I'm so damn used to racism, y'all. Like it's normalized. But what's most painful to me is the way that I'm treated by black people. And this woman's statements about black women crying wolf is just astronomically insane to me, because I see, they always talk about black women and what we do, but y'all don't ever focus on what white women do. White women are very demanding, condescending, and think that a lot of them think that everything is supposed to be their way, but y'all don't talk about that. Y'all want to talk about the most disadvantaged women in American society and say we're this way. Well, let me tell you something, Dr. Jackie. Well, maybe these black women that's crying wolf, they need to over exaggerate their situation, because if they don't cry wolf, maybe crazy bad thing is going to happen to them. Maybe getting help and getting attention that they need, they know that they have to overdo it in order to get that attention that they need, because otherwise, if they weren't over dramatic about it, they would get overlooked. Have you ever taken that into consideration? Have you ever thought about that? Because I listened to your side, and I sat and thought about your side, speaking on, I'm paraphrasing you when you talked about some black women need to not cry wolf and be upfront and honest. I considered your side, and you're a doctor. You went to school. You worked hard. I'm sure that you are very good at what you do. But I do think your comment was mean. Whether you meant it to be that way or not, I think your comments was mean. I think it was very insensitive. I think it was uncaring. I think it was unloving, and I think it was unkind. I think it lacked compassion for the black woman's humanity. Sad, because you yourself are a black woman, and thank God you were able to escape the darkism and the hood and the poverty. You became a doctor, and you don't have to experience what the dark-skinned women and the black women at the lower echelons of society experience. Thank God for that. I'm happy that you escaped, because I'm not no hater. But we have to take in consideration the black women. And again, I'm not saying black women are all innocent, because some of y'all know how I come on here and talk my shit because of what some of y'all done did to me. But in the aggregate, I still have a concrete understanding that black women are the most ostracized, beat up upon, done wrong women in American society. We are. And I've been done wrong by some black women. But I could still speak the truth. I could still be a fair person and say, this is what we are. This is where we are in a disadvantaged position. We have all the other races of women that have been put above us. And a lot of the reasons why we act the way we act, and I'm not saying it's an excuse, I'm giving you the reason, is because of the maltreatment. Trust me, I hate seeing black women walk around in Walmart with bonnets on and, you know, their pajamas and flip-flops. I don't like that. I hate when I see black women getting into fights, you know, over chicken and foolish stuff like that. But I also have to consider in the back of my mind, what has this lived experience been of this black woman since she was born into this earth? I have to. I'm forced to. My consciousness won't allow me not to consider that. And for you to just, your comment just lacked a general compassion for the black woman. It's just astounding to me. It is just astounding to me. And it's let me know, y'all, what I've always felt and known in my heart and have to come to terms with, as painful as it is that a lot of black women don't even like each other. A lot of black people don't like each other. It is one of the most painful realizations that I had to say, Rashida, this is what it is, girl. This is what it is. If you accept it, if you accept that this is the reality, then you can work your way through it and deal with it. But if you deny it and you act averse from reality and say we're all kumbaya, then you're going to do yourself a disservice. And so I've accepted that reality, but still with the compassion in my heart, because I believe we can be compassionate towards people, our own people. You might not like that person, but you can still have compassion for them as a human being. You don't have to dismiss their humanity because you got so much self-hate in you and you hate the fact that you're black. You don't really like being black. You done arrived at a certain distinction. And I'm not saying she don't like it, but this is the way some of us think. We have arrived at a certain class in life and now we want to disassociate. But you can't disassociate. You can't dismiss other people's humanity just because of your class or your money. You can't do that. You can't look down on your own people because maybe that person, that black woman, didn't have the same opportunities as you. Maybe that black woman has been traumatized. Maybe that black woman has mental health issues. Maybe that black woman just feel like she just can't. And while you might be strong and you might be a fighter, unfortunately, some people are not. And you have to grapple with that. You can't just dismiss it and say, this is the way that everybody should be. This is the way that everybody should behave. Because like I said, if that black woman, the black women you complaining about crying wolf, if they don't cry wolf, they might not get no help. They might be in a life-threatening situation where they don't get no help. That's why y'all could be mad at me all y'all want about it. Carly, I did not come for Carly like that. And I'm not gonna come. That one girl that was, she lied about being lost. Yeah, what she did was wrong. But I wasn't gonna come down on her like that. What she did was wrong. And there does need to be accountability. But I just was not gonna come down on her like that to that level. I wasn't gonna do that. I'm because again, you have to look at what black women go through relative to other women that are non-black in the society. We start getting mistreated from the time we are born and ignored from the time we are born. Okay. And Furthermore, my understanding is that Dr. Jackie has never given birth. Okay, well, you are an OBGYN, that's your specialty, but you how do you know what a person is really feeling in their body if you yourself have never been given birth, carried a baby to full term? Who are you to say what a person is feeling while they're pregnant? You are not them. You don't know what they're feeling. How can you say they're crying wolf? Now, some of them might be crying wolf, but I feel if you're dealing with a person that's pregnant, and I'm anti-natalist, y'all, I'm anti-natalist. I can still be fair and say the things that I'm saying. I'm an anti-natalist. I believe that it is morally wrong to give birth because of the suffering, the inherent suffering that your child is going to experience once you give birth. So that's why I'm anti-natalist. That's actually humanitarian. But I could still say in the same token, if the woman is pregnant and the baby is coming, we need to take care of the woman and make sure she and the baby is all right. What's the problem? How can you sit there and say the woman is crying wolf when you're not her? You're not feeling what she's feeling. You know? And if it was up to me in a fair society, if I had my way, pregnant women, I don't believe that a pregnant woman should necessarily have to work. I don't. And I'm talking about pregnant women of all races, because they're carrying a child and they should be, in comfort. It's not so much them that I'm so concerned about. It's the baby that didn't ask them to conceive them. The child, are you thinking about the kid? The kid didn't say have me. So, these women that you claim are crying wolf, maybe it's their only way to get the attention that they need, that they would otherwise not get and be neglected. Maybe black women have to be overly dramatic to get what we need in this society. And you are a black woman. And she seems to have just disassociated herself. It's like, I'm black and yes, I'm here, but I'm not a part of you. It's a weird thing. It's a weird, strange thing. And that's the sickness of racism and darkism in the society, where you have black, dark-skinned people who are black, who are dark-skinned, but they're clearly disassociating themselves with their blackness. But at the same time, they know they're black, but it's like a disassociation. Are you white? So because you're a doctor now, have you become a white woman or a white man? I'm confused here. Furthermore, doctors of any race, you should be kind and nice and caring to patients. If you don't have the kind personality, they talk about that bedside manner, I don't give a damn how much you know. I learned that from my aunt. If you don't have that bedside manner to have empathy and compassion on sick people, you shouldn't be in the medical profession at all. I don't think that, I think that's just, ugh. I think people in the medical, whatever part of the medical profession you're in, if you sign up for that, you need to have love and compassion in your heart for everybody. Like, you can't pick and differentiate. You cannot do that. I worked in healthcare myself. This is how I know. You need to actually have a genuine love and care for humanity. I can't just say, oh, somebody over here, they faking their pain. No, I'm not finna be the one with that on my conscience. And that person is over there suffering and they're in pain and going through shit. No, I'm gonna err on the side of caution. And I'm gonna believe them. Because I'm not them. You're not God, lady. You are not God. Yes, you have your medical designations, but I know a lot of people don't like Dr. Ben Carson. I know some black people. I know y'all don't like him because of his political stance. But I was reading one of his books. I believe it's Gifted Hands. And some of the stuff I agree with him on. And he came to the conclusion when he was talking about being a brain surgery. It's in the book where he said, you know what, I have come to the conclusion that certain things I can't understand. It's out of my human understanding. I'm paraphrasing. But basically what the man was saying is, I'm not God. You're not God. Just because you're a doctor, you're not God. But God put you here, gave you the intellect and the knowledge to help people, to help humanity. So why would you sit there and say somebody is crying wolf? You're not them. That's the problem. You can't feel what that person is feeling. You can't. That's why I don't never invalidate somebody's feeling. If that's how you feel, that's fine. You can feel however you want. I'm not going to tell you not to feel how you feel. I'm not you. If I'm trying to tell you how you feel, that means I think I'm God and I created you. That is completely insane. You're not God. You're going to die just like everybody else going to die. You're going right back to that damn dust. And your medical degrees and all that is not going to mean anything, because you're not going to be here and you're going to be dead. You're going to be dust. That's it. That's it. You are not God. You cannot tell another black woman what she is feeling in her body. You're not. You're not. So I think I just think it's wrong, and it's inhumane. It's mean. It's just mean. And you're a doctor. You're supposed to be nice to you're dealing with sick people. Yeah, well, pregnancy is not necessarily that they're sick, but they're carrying. Some of them are sick. That's my point. You don't know what the woman is going through and feeling in her body. You are not them. I cannot stress that enough. So you sitting up there talking about somebody, black women, we cry wolf. What the hell? What do you say about white women? Or have you worked with them? Do they come to your practice? Do they cry? Let's do a study to see if white women cry wolf. Dr. Jackie, can you do a study? Because you are an intellectual. Do some research. Go talk to some white doctors and ask them, do the white women cry wolf? Or is it that they want to make sure they're getting the best prenatal care? Because, see, that's what I think that the white people will say. Their crying wolf will be spent as they just want the best prenatal care. But because we black and dark skinned, ugly, black, low down, ratchet, unworthy, ghetto, we cry wolf. We cry wolf. Agreed, April. It's just horrible. And I seen black people go through this stuff, man. I've seen, oh Lord have mercy. It's not easy. It ain't easy. You just try to use your humanity and help people. It ain't easy, y'all. It ain't easy. Nobody's perfect. Maybe the lady feel bad about what she said. That's why I don't want to, I'm not here to bash her. I'm just here to talk about the comments. It was just wrong. But I think we should just try our best to deal with each other with humanitarianism. Nobody is perfect at it. People gonna have their feelings. I get it. But damn, it's just like black people get knocked down at every turn, even by our own black people. Black people hate each other, man. Black people do not fucking like each other. It is so clear to me that black people don't like each other. We don't like each other. We don't like each other. And she got me so confused. Do you want to be black? Are you proud to be a black doctor? I mean, or do you just want to be known as a doctor? Man, it's just crazy. And I remember I had a black doctor that took care of my son's knee. She was a nice, sweet person. So I'm not finna sit up here and generalize black doctors. Shout out to the black doctors. She cared about my son. She gave him his referrals to make sure he was cared for. And I had a black male doctor when I lived in Los Angeles, and he was a nice human being. He was a caring, nice human being. And I've had some black doctors who was nasty. I had this one lady, I didn't want to see her no more. That's one thing about me. If I run into a doctor that's nasty and mean, I don't care if they black, I don't care if they white, I don't care if they purple. I'm not going to see them. I'm done. You're not finna get no chance to mistreat me, because I feel like if you a doctor, you are dealing with sick people. You need to be nice to them. That should be a criteria. You need to be nice. I'm not saying that you got to hug them and kiss them. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying treat the person like a damn human being. They are human. They are human. That's all I'm saying. Treat them like a human being. Don't sit up there, and even if you don't like black women, Dr. Jackie, which I don't know whether you do or not, but or even if you don't, maybe you like black women that are of your class, your economic class. Maybe that's the only ones you like. I don't fucking know. But I'm saying you need to be nice to all of them. They're human. The babies inside of them, if whether that woman came from the ghetto, that baby ain't asked to be born. That baby don't know what the hell is going on. The baby don't know what the hell, the poor baby don't know what the hell the baby getting into. That's why I'm anti-natalist. Anti-natalist. You know? So why is you being mean to the mama? That one thing about me, sometimes I don't be liking the parents of these kids. I ain't gonna tell no lie, because I don't like the way that they be handling shit. But I ain't finna be mean to the kids. I'm not finna do that. It ain't their fault that they got the sperm and the egg they got. That ain't their fault. What the hell they got to do with that? That had nothing to do with them. Need to be nice to black women. Need to be understanding to black women. Maybe that's the only time in their life that they gonna get some understanding. I mean, Dr. Jackie, do you not realize that your ancestors was forced to have babies and to be breeders? Do you care about that? You became an OBGYN. You should know a little bit something about black women that were enslaved, sitting up here being forced and going through all that pain and suffering, and then how their kids ripped away. Man, people are so uncompassionate towards black women. It's ridiculous. It is. It's not right. And again, I want to stress y'all, I'm not sitting up here saying that all black women are innocent. I'm not going to sit there and say that, because I'd be lying. I'm not going to fool myself. I'm not going to front and be like, oh, all black women, they got nice dispositions and they're the sweetest. No, they don't. I will admit that. But we have to also be fair and say that black women are not the majority population. And there's women that have nasty attitudes and that have bad dispositions that are in the white race, Hispanic race, Asian race, etc. Stop putting everything off on black women. We're not all bad. We're not all bad and we're not all good. Just like white women are not all bad and white women are not all good. Just like Hispanic women are not all bad and Hispanic women are not all good. Do we have some things we need to work on from the vestiges of, our enslaved ancestors? Yeah, we do. We got a lot to work on as black women. But we still deserve humane treatment. If you a doctor, you got a duty to be humane to people. Come on now. If you in the medical profession, you got a duty to be humane. You got a duty to be humane. Treat that person, because God is watching you now. God is watching you. You can have people online talk and give commentary all day, but God is the ultimate judge that is watching what we do and how we treat people when they're at their worst or at their lowest. And like I said, I'm not sitting up here, I had a black therapist and that lady was nice and kind to me. So I'm not going to sit up here and Dr. Jackie don't represent the whole of black women doctors now. She don't. When I was going through that thing, when I was getting stalked and harassed 2 years ago, I had me a black therapist. And I'm going to tell you right now, that lady was a nice, sweet, kind, gentle soul. Okay, she was. She did not judge me. She did not come and say, oh, you talk too hard. Like people attack me online. You're not, they think that I don't deserve compassion or sympathy because of how I talk, because of my voice inflection. I have a deeper voice. So I get judged from that. Or they didn't, or because of my hair or my skin. That lady ain't do none of that. She sat there and she listened to me. And I can read people. She wasn't like fake and phony and nice nasty, because I don't like people like that. I get the hell. If I see you nice nasty, I'm gone. I cut you off. I gotta go. I need you to be sincere. That woman wasn't doing all that. She wasn't doing all of that. So you making the black doctors that do have compassion and empathy and kindness, black female doctors, you kind of like making people question. But people need to understand all black female doctors are not with this elitist little nice nasty attitude that Dr. Jackie have. But and then she on TV and want everybody to look up to them. That's another thing. You want people to look up to you. Else why would you do the show Married to the Medicine? Nobody's gonna look up to you and you behaving like this. Who do you want to look up to you? Little white girls or little black girls? Because I think your core audience is black women. So maybe you should go jump over there on some white platforms So you can have little white girls look up to you, because maybe that'll make you feel better. I don't know. But I don't think it's right. I don't think it's right. I think your comment shows that there's some, a lack of empathy there. And I want to like give her the benefit of the doubt, because I said to myself, she's a professional. This is what she does. This is her line of work. So she has observed patients to see XYZ. But then at the same time, I said to myself, black women, the intellectual studies has shown that there's racism in our healthcare. It's shown that. You can't refute that. The facts have shown it. So I'm like grappling with this, because I didn't want to like come for her or talk bad about her. I gotta admit it. Like I feel bad about it. But like, do you feel bad for other black women that are going through stuff in their pregnancy? Like, all this crying wolf stuff that you're saying. Like I said, you are not them. God created them. You didn't. How can you tell them that they're not feeling what they're feeling? How? I don't understand how you can tell another human being what they're feeling in their body. That part right there just got me. That's scary to me, to think that a doctor wouldn't believe me if I say this is going on or that's going on. You think I'm coming back crying wolf, and you're not believing me, and then something happens to where something life-threatening happens. That's why I say, for me, I would err on the side of caution. I'm going to believe the person. We're going to run some tests, and we're going to get to the root cause of what is going on. I think every human being on earth deserves that. I think that's our duty towards our fellow woman, man. Especially if you're in a healthcare profession and you decided to become a doctor. Nobody forced you to be a doctor. This comes along with the territory. Nobody forced you to go on that TV show. None of that. These people act like they supposed to you did this on your own. So it comes with the territory. You're going to deal with people that may yell out they problems a little bit more. That's the nature of the beast of what you are dealing with. That's just what it is. That's how it goes. Why complain about that? So what if they're making a little bit more noise? So what? I don't care. That wouldn't bother me one bit. Okay, how are we gonna deal with it? You're the problem solver. That's all. You're supposed to be figuring out, how are we gonna deal with this? What are we gonna do about it? Oh. This is a hard one, y'all. It pains me to come on here and be saying this, but it also pains me to hear her sitting up here saying black women crying wolf. Like, what in the hell? And, I was pregnant with my son, and I never complained. I worked 2 jobs when not with my son, I'm sorry. Actually, yes, with my son, but I was actually referring to when I was pregnant with my daughter. I worked. I didn't get no time off. Had to pay the bills. Stressful. Black women cannot not do nothing. If we don't do nothing, we don't have a support system like that. We're not white women. White women are just more privileged. Y'all need to stop. Y'all know this shit. Even white women know this. Anybody sitting up here lying and denying it, get over your lies and yourself. Deal with the reality of it. Dang, even if you don't like these black women, be nice to them. Put that stuff aside. Put the attitude aside and have some compassion. Or stop being a doctor. Just stop. I know you like the status. I know you like the attention. I know you like the lifestyle. But if you ain't got it in your heart to love people and care about people, which you're supposed to, if you're a doctor in healthcare, why don't you just leave the profession? Why don't you just leave? I'm not finna work in no profession. Well, I'm gonna tell you right now, I don't care how much money it's paying. And I've actually left professions that I didn't like. I got the hell on, because I knew I was doing that profession a disservice and myself a disservice. I'm gone. Bye. I don't need to be a part of the problem, putting people through stuff, and I know I don't want to do something. It's just terrible, man. And I want y'all to know I'm not defending all. I'm not going to sit here and say all black women are innocent, because I know some people going to come on here and say, black women, you are holding them accountable. Well, yes, I am. I told you I done talked all kinds of noise about the black women stealing from me online. But would I want from them to have good health care? Yes, I would. They're human beings. I might not like them stealing from my dark skin activism and my channel, but if something were to happen to them, they got sick or something or pregnant, I would want them to have good health care. Absolutely. 100%. It's just crazy, y'all. Take care of yourself. That's why the best thing we could do as black women is go raw vegan. If we all went raw vegan, we wouldn't need these damn folks that don't care about us. Well, I ain't gonna say we wouldn't necessarily need them, because doctors are important, because you could get into like a car accident that is not caused by bad eating. It's caused by a careless driver. So you need a doctor to deal with stuff like that. Hold on. So you need a doctor to deal with stuff like that. Yeah, y'all, I just wish that we would just have more compassion. And I ain't telling y'all to just hug and kiss each other all the time. That ain't what I'm saying. I'm saying just be respectful and have compassion. Black people lack compassion towards other black people. Black people lack compassion. I can't tell y'all how many times I've had to put my dislike of a person because of how they are and act aside and look at them and say, I need to exercise my compassion for them as a human being. That's what we got to do, y'all. And as soon as I start making my live, hold on, y'all. Give me a second here. Anyway, I'm going to get on up off here because I think y'all get my point. I think y'all get my point and understand what I'm saying. My website is darkskinactivist.com. Darkskinactivist.com. Oh, Lord. In 2024, I just wish that we could somehow show just a little bit more compassion towards black people. Not saying you got to walk up to another black person and hug them and be like, boo hoo hoo. No. I'm just saying basic human decency. That's what I'm saying. You ain't gonna like everybody, but every black person is not. I would be delusional to think that. But just have some compassion and some respect. That's all I'm saying. That is all I'm saying. And I'm including myself in this. Work on that as well. Rashida is not excluded. Don't think I'm not including myself. I'm talking about me too. When I say black people, that includes Rashida. I'm not standing back pointing the finger, y'all. That is not what I'm doing. I'm talking about myself as well. So this Dr. Jackie situation should be a teaching lesson for black women especially. So, hey, can we be a little bit more nicer to each other, kinder to each other? Can we do that? In whatever way you find that you could do it, I don't know. But it would be nice if we could just be a little bit more cognizant of our humanity. That's all I'm saying. You ain't got to be best damn fucking friends. You ain't got to do that. Just, darkskinactivist.com, darkskinactivist.com, darkskinactivist.com. And my Cash App, if y'all want to support this channel, which I hope that you do, is $RashidaLala, 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 and that's $RASHIDALALA, $RASHIDALALA. And you can look in my description and you'll see the Cash App there, as well as the PayPal and the GoFundMe. Like, share, subscribe, and donate. And I want to wish everybody a happy 2024.